Hello, I am back. I've been getting some decks and I found some really cheap ones, and this is a deck I've been excited for a long time, but it came in pretty small. It's about the size of like a regular playing deck. Let's see if I've got it. And this is just from the dollar store. I was disappointed. So I bought this from Walmart. It's a little beat up, but more importantly, the cards themselves are fine. And I love the colors. Now, I have not shuffled these or whatever, but they're definitely not in order. Quite flimsy, kind of like the other deck I did recently. So I had this feeling that it was a fake deck. Now, there's nothing wrong with one, I suppose. Like, especially if you just want to see if a deck is going to work for you, you're on a really tight budget. It did not come with an instruction book. So I wanted to kind of compare this deck to the one I just bought today. Oops. Now this is the legit deck. It comes in this really nice box. Like it's huge, and it has these, so it just slides out. The before we go too much further, like even the maybe we shouldn't judge it based on the cover here, but like the colors seem brighter, so let's get that out of the way. Now with this, it actually does come with a book. So this is the Modern Witch Tarot. It has a little book, tiny book. I've seen a lot of people be quite excited that it is a hardcover. I would kind of prefer more pages but a soft cover, but I am just happy that it has a book at all. So this is the little instruction book. Now the cards. Here's the deck I got from Walmart. So you can see that this is quite different. The size is obviously quite different. This is quite flimsy. This is, listen. You hear that? Like, look how easy that is. This is not as easy. So let's do a flip through. Let's compare. I want to see if the colors hold up. This might be interesting because, as I said, these bootleg decks, for whatever reason, they do not come in order. It drives me nuts. Like, it starts with, like, look at this. So the wands here, and it starts with a random king. Like, look. Oh, I'm annoyed. Okay, so look at that. Okay. So it does look like the art is right on point. So let's see. So these ones are glossier, hardier. Now this would be a great travel deck. You're just trying to go somewhere, or maybe you're learning, and this is a deck you're not scared to beat up. And there's a real time and place for that sort of thing. Like if you're starting to learn how to modify a deck, this would be a good deck to do it. These decks in Canadian, these bootleg decks usually are about $15. At Walmart it was more than that. Do not pay more than $15 for these fake decks. Now let's see. I really do like the colors. I like this too. Like, both of these are gorgeous to me. There's the Magician. Now let's see if I can find the Magician over here. This might end up taking too long for me to sit here and go through. Should have been in order. I do not like it when my decks do not come in order, because then I go through the deck, I put them in order to make sure that I got all the cards that I was supposed to, like, just to make sure, right? So the colors are a bit different, just more vibrant, but it is pretty close. Now, the color in the background for this one is kind of important to me, because like this just looks like a happier card than this kind of gross green chartreuse color I've got going on here. So this will make a good study travel deck. Now, look at that High Priestess. I'm enjoying that I'm seeing different bodies. There she is. So I am pretty happy with how similar this is. But you can see that she's got the crown that she's supposed to have, and of course the pillars, the pomegranates. So we're still seeing all those pieces that we're supposed to be seeing. Look at her. Okay, so if I can figure out how to do this faster, we will be in for it. So maybe we won't do this entire thing. Because like overall, sorry, there's still a use and a place where I really do like the art. Like if you get a deck, it's fake, and then you just fall in love with it, you love the art, then maybe it is, you know, makes sense for you to get the full-size deck. I did that with, I ended up with this deck too, and I double checked and I was like, I feel like that's also maybe like a remake of a deck. And I'm still glad I got this, because I'm not generally drawn to animal decks, but when I looked through this, I fell in love and I knew that I needed the actual copy. So anyway, let's go back to the Modern Witch. Sorry for that trip there. Look at that. Wow. I love the energy of this card. It's nice to see a lady as the Hierophant. Here, I always say that word a little funny. Just making sure I'm holding this in frame. The Lovers. Oh, she's cool. There we go. Loving the Hermit. Look at them. Wheel of Fortune. I'm loving that we're seeing more modern clothes. We're seeing diversity here. Not just in skin color, but more equal amounts of gender. And there was a few people back here that do appear more... I'm not saying that non-binary people need to be perfectly androgynous, but I do love to see, like, I love the energy here. Like, I would say a masculine, still a very masculine energy. This person is very, to me, a them, if that makes sense. And then this person too, like, you can't really tell about where they are, and I just really like that for representation, because we're not all one or the other, right? Like, there's a whole beautiful spectrum of people, so it's nice to see. I like to have cards that kind of represent the world that I see around me, and I love the Rider-Waite. I have a copy of it. It's a great study deck, but my world is not just like white dudes. I am surrounded, like many of us are, by a whole series of very interesting people, right? So I got these out of order. There's the, oh no, she's been impaled. Oh dear. I do love, personally, casual nudity. It does not need to be sexualized all the time. I'm loving that she's just over here living her life. Oh, look at that. Oh, I need to read about this card. There's not usually like a dark, this is very, it's almost ominous. I think this one might be one of my favorites. There's the sun. That's adorable. Very Rider-Waite. But see, once again, like, there's a different body type. Look, like her hair is very different than what we would normally see. And keeping true to how Black people like to style their hair. Like, I'd like to see it. Love her. I'm enjoying the astrological connections here. So that's Aquarius, that's Taurus, that's Scorpio, and this is Leo. Oh, okay, sorry, I just had a light bulb moment. So usually with the world, there's 4 heads. There's the lion head, there's the bull head. So it's making those connections without actually drawing the animals. That's clever. Here's the Ace of Wands. Love it. She's gorgeous. 3. Loving the bright colors. Love the gloss. I love me a sturdy deck. I am not a riffle shuffler, you know, like when you go like poker, because I don't like to bend my cards. I don't like it when they're warped. One good thing about these fake decks over here is they are great for that type of shuffle. And I do have small hands. And as you can see, like if you're struggling with these really big cards, maybe that is a help, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that she's wearing a mask. I like to see the mask representation because we're still doing it here where I am. I'm liking the fashion choices even, and I want to look up as to why she's wearing V earrings, because when I see that, especially in a tarot card, I'm assuming it means the number 5. So, oh my goodness, she's glamorous. I love her. I love it. Like, I love seeing the modern, what was, the motorcycle, that's what it is. There, look at that. She's surveyed, she's worked. Oh, she's struggling. Oh, she looks like Sabrina the Teenage Witch with the little the headband. She's still going through it. Oh, I love that. So that nice youthful energy. And I'm liking that now that I'm noticing it. There's all desert here, looks like. That's clever because wands are fire, so I like the dryness here. Look at them. It's nice to see an age group as opposed to an assigned gender. I'm liking that. Love her. Oh no, I'm so in love. I'm so in love with this deck. Okay, this is everything I think I've ever wanted in my life. So I'm noticing the lion's head and this lizard gecko type creature. Looks like he's eating his own tail. Okay, cups. Let's see what they do with the backgrounds in the cups. Like, I'm hoping a little bit that we will see water with every single one. And I love the little heart. Does that generally come? This reminds me of the medical, you know. Okay, in my imagination, she has come out of the water like Ariel, and they're in love. Oh, I love it. Yes. I really love the 3s. Over it. Yeah, I feel ya. You see that? Over it. But it looks like there's a gift coming. And I like the addition of the phone. Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, still looking at all the things that are ahead. But it makes more sense. Like, I don't remember what's in the traditional Rider-Waite, but some of them didn't really make much sense to me. But we can actually see, like, there's money, there's a hand clasp. I wonder what that's symbolizing. Love, change, when I see the snake. Oh, a person on a journey. Oh, I forgot to look. So there is not water every time, but it is a more, there's not that dry feeling like there were in the desert cards. Oh, I love her. Look at the power stance in the little dress. I love it. They're celebrating. They've got the river. Everything has come together. And this looks like a queer family. Page. Oh, look at the little fish. And so this is generally a very good sign. When I am enjoying a deck this much, I know that I've done something. Oh no, I love her. Look, she looks like a mermaid. Oh no, she's gorgeous. You know what? I'm very happy. So some of these cards are sticking together a little bit. It's not, like most of them are loose. So I'm going to have to remember to be a little bit more careful in the future. Love it. The kings aren't giving off the same hyper masculine energy that I normally see them. And you know what? I'm really okay with that. Because like some of them look domineering, I guess I would say. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So I want to see, so with swords, that's usually related to air, thoughts, stuff like that. Let's see what they do. So there's water here, but swords is about balance. So, sorry, two is about balance. Oh, look. That looks like there's poison coming out of the heart. Is that good? Normally I see the swords in the heart and I'm like, oh no, that's good. But if it's, you know, you have an infected wound and you get that infection out, it's gross for a little bit, but then you feel better. I like that. So I'm noticing clouds, lots and lots of clouds. Look, her thoughts are keeping her up and worried. Like you can see that she's stressed. Look at this. Collecting the swords. And these people look pretty upset. This person looks pretty happy. They're just living their best life. There we go. Another very upset person. There's lots of sky. Lots and lots of sky. So that's good. Oh, I love her. Look at the shirt. Like, they've put a lot of thought even into the costumes that these characters are wearing. Love that. Usually the Eight of Swords is an off-putting card for me. I don't like the image of the woman out in the middle. You know, this sort of, it's threatening. But, you know, it's not giving me that energy. It's the same idea, but... Oh, look. Yep. This is even worse than the 4 that we saw earlier. Like, it's even more stressful. 2 o'clock vibes, you know, keeping you up. Now, she's looking at her phone. I wonder if she's, like, absorbing, you know, its thoughts. It's, air is usually related to, like, communication of some kind, whether it's within your own head, on social media, with another person. So that's a really nice addition. Like, she's still connected. There's the page. Yeah, let's be careful with separating these two. There we go. Oh, there's the knight. He looks great. Look at the hair. Can you see it? They put thought and feeling into the rose here. You can see the actual braiding. I like to draw, and I'll admit I'm usually too lazy to put, like, you can see every individual, like, you can see the effort into that. She's gorgeous, and her outfit's very airy. Severe. Now, yeah, so this is another more quote-unquote femme king, but I'm liking it. I think I'm gonna have some problems. I have too many favorite decks, you know. So Pentacles, that's earth energy. Let's see what they choose here. There's, looks like she's balancing. I love the little dress. Oh, they're doing art. I love this. 3 people. Oh, Like they thought of different, you know, situations to put these characters in. Still love, like, look, an older character. I like to see the diversity there in their life drawings. So the 4, very nice. It looks like she's outside a major city. When I see a city like this, I always assume New York for some reason. Oh, there's the 5 of Pentacles. And there they go. 6. Look at that. Coming with gifts. I love it. And this person looks like they're just overlooking their nice hard work. I love the monstera back there. I'm overwhelmed. So, drawing. I love that. She's got her Cintiq and she's got her everything else. Oh, look, an older character. Just doing her best. I love it. 10. Yes, they've worked hard. She's got her family. Everything's come together for her. She can rest, relax. There's the Knight. Once again, I'm so floored that these court cards are more inclusive. Oops, we missed the Queen. So I'm noticing, I think, yes, there's more, definitely like yellow, sorry, which is very perfect for Earth, because I'm thinking like of dirt, of, you know, I don't want to necessarily see blues. And then the browns, I think, like if all the backgrounds were brown too, it would wash out some of the characters. Because like I want to be able to see her, right? I don't want her to disappear into the background. So there's the Queen. And look, this king is very young. Very interesting choice. It's, kings are, I usually think of, so the Queen and King are older energies. This would be more so-called feminine energy, and this would be more masculine energy, whatever that even means, right? So, oh, it's an extra. Everything. If this is not the vibe of the last little while, I don't know what is. So it's gonna have to go onto my altar. It's staying forever. Oh, look at this. Okay. You are a badass being, full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Oh, that's such a good wish. That's a good blessing. This other deck, if we can go back to my bootleg deck here, once again, it did not come in order. It did not come with those extra cards I just looked at. It still will have a use. I will find a way to use it in my practice. It come heck or high water, I suppose. Let's compare how they shuffle. So let's start with my bootleg deck. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it fits into my hand. Like, my hands look humongous next to it. This deck, this is a monster. I love it. So this is how this one fits into my hand. If we're to compare now, these cards, sorry, are thick. Like, here's just the thickness of just one card. Like, it's really good cardstock. So as you can see, significant difference. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. Okay, let's do this. So this is my Riffle Shuffle. Now, the way I like to read, the best reads I get is if I just shuffle and then let cards fall out. So I like some slip. If they're not slipping and I have to choose the cards myself, my reading goes awry every time, and I don't know if my energy is too off-putting. Like, I don't know what it is that I'm doing, but it's happening. So this feels good to shuffle. Now let's try the Riffle Shuffle. Okay, I don't want half of my deck upside down. See, this is the other reason I don't do it, because I forget how, so I should put them both in that way, right? Okay, let's try it. I'm still really liking, I like the white with the blue on the back. I think, so they bend, as you can see, real easy. But I can't do it this way. Now, as you can see, because I did it that way, my deck is a little warped, and that will continue every time I do that, right? So, but I wanted to show you that it is quite doable. So, let's put these over here. Let's get these bad boys. Now, this deck, if I can riffle shuffle them, I'm going to be very impressed. Let's start. Okay, now this feels super good. The other cards, because I've gotten used to tarot, the other cards feel too small. They feel too fragile. Now with these, so I call them fake decks. With these other decks, I find they get beat up easier. They can't take the usage that these hardier decks can. So let's try a riffle. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, wish me luck. I don't think my hands are strong enough. Okay. Not quite. I think you would have to divide the deck and then divide it again and then shuffle them that way, but I am super happy. I really enjoy this deck. I enjoy, like, listen to this box. Like, it's nice. It's hard. Oh, look at that. It's got nice decorations on the inside. It's nice and sturdy. Like, I'll probably still craft a bag, like a crochet bag or something for this guy, because I don't want the box to get ruined if I'm traveling with it. But this is gonna make a great display on my bookshelf when I'm not using it. So yes, that is the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterle. Do not buy your deck from Walmart, I suppose, is the warning here, because that's where I got this deck, expecting like the legit deck. I happen to have a gift card, and that's why I bought it. So at least there's no money off of my back, but I bet I could do a great tarot journal with this deck. So, you know, it's never a waste. And, you know, even if not, if I find a good home for it, then, you know, I can help somebody else start their tarot journey. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for sticking around this long if you did. And I'll see you back next time. Thanks, guys.